Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. This is Tracy Una Wagner with Versatile Inspirations, and today we're going to be discussing the Yule and winter solstice. So let me screen share and we'll get started. Wonderful, and welcome again. We're going to be discussing Yule and winter solstice. So Yule is, in bigger words, Yuletide, and it actually starts December 21st and goes through January 1st. So it's a longer period of time than the winter solstice. So Yule lasts a long time, actually. It's an archaic term for Christmas. It's actually Christmas tide, but that's where Christmas comes from, the word. It's connected to the wild hunt, the god Odin, and the pagan Anglo-Saxon Mondrianate. You can see the Yuletide in Christmas by the Yule log and Yule gathering. And in these two, it's actually the festivities or the celebrations that you probably still see today for Christmas. So the winter solstice, it is December 21st. It's actually the shortest day of the year, which is in the northern hemisphere. So December 21st, the shortest day, actually pertains to those in the northern hemisphere. Those in the southern hemisphere experience a little bit different because theirs is long. They actually have, when we have winter here in the northern hemisphere, they're having summer. So the winter solstice there, again, we enjoy the longest night of the year. There's actually, during the solstices, there's actually gatherings at Stonehenge because it is aligned to the sunset on the winter solstice. It's very interesting. There is actually a stone that when the winter solstice is happening and the sun is setting, that sun actually aligns right in the center of it. And it's just a beautiful sight to behold. During the winter solstice, what happens is the Earth's poles are tilted farthest away from the sun. That's why we don't get much sun. And it's cold and dark is because the poles are tilted furthest away from the sun. So you just don't get it. A lot of the beliefs associated with winter solstice pertain to death and rebirth. And so during this time, you'll see the death phase, you'll hear about the death and rebirth associated with the longest night of the year. Plus, what's happening right after December 21st is the coming of the light. We get longer days after the longest night. So that is what happens with the rebirth is after the longest night and we have all that darkness, then what happens is the light comes back, and so it goes into spring and it's part of the rebirthing. It's also called midwinter. So during the winter solstice, the winter time, it's called midwinter. So what kind of celebrations and rituals can we observe? Well, first and foremost, we can sit by a fire because it's kind of chilly in most parts of the northern hemisphere during winter solstice and during the Yule time because it's after the 21st and it's just cold. It gets colder before it starts getting warmer in spring and summer. So sitting by a fire is a wonderful time because we don't have as much light, and we can sit by a fire not only to get warm, but also to cast a little bit of a light. And we can bless the Yule log that creates that fire. A candlelit dinner. We can have a candlelit dinner because it's dark and enjoying that warmth, but also that romantic aspect to the longer nights. We can attend to festivals. I'm sure wherever you are during this time, whether you are in the northern or southern hemisphere, there are tons of festivals. There's tons of festivals associated with the winter solstice and also with the Christmas tide or Yule tide. So you'll be able to find tons of things to do during this time. And it's a great way to go and celebrate this beautiful time of year. Singing and chanting are all part of a lot of the festivities that are out there. Singing and dancing, you'll see, is a part of Yule and of the winter solstice. Dancing. There again, singing, chanting, dancing, all of it pertains to festivals and gathering and having that close relationships that we can gather even during the winter time. It's a beautiful time to just get up and dance and just celebrate this time of year. Reflection and contemplation. This is a great time to do those two things, reflect and contemplate. Reflect on the past year. What things were you able to accomplish? What things were still on your to-do list? Contemplate what you're going to be doing in the new year and what maybe you'll want to put on your list to get done this coming year. Plan the new year. Sit and plan out your new year, especially if you have a business. It's a great time to actually be able to sit and just decide on what opportunities would you like to see in your business this year? What opportunities would you like to offer in your business this year? It's a great time to plan your year. Maybe there's vacations that you'd like to take. Maybe there are places in your community that you haven't gone and looked at or done, and you'd like to do that this coming year. Don't put it off. Put it on your to-do list and get it done. Create an altar. This is a wonderful thing to do, even if you're just doing it maybe 4 times a year. Create an altar that can sit as a reminder of all the things that are wonderful about this time of year, all the beautiful aspects that go into this particular season, and just be able to, when you walk by it, just observe it and see what wonderful things that you've brought into the household to observe this time of year. Create magic. This is a great time to create magic. Now, it doesn't matter whether it's magical magic or if you're just creating a painting or you're creating a journal entry or you're creating a song. Whatever you're creating, it truly is magical, especially at this time of year. What a wonderful, beautiful time of year to create anything. Because it's magical. This is a great opportunity to trim your tree. Whether you are a Christmas person or any other holiday, or even just celebrating the Yule tide, feel free to bring in some of the outdoors or go out to the outdoors and hang up beautiful trimmings that are an offering to maybe the wildlife. Put out, they've got these wild seeds that are shaped in bells and wreaths and all different kinds of fun things, and you can set those on a tree so that you can put an offering out to the wildlife. Also, there is the pine cones. If you can just gather some pine cones, put peanut butter inside the pine cones where they come out, and maybe fill it with some seed, or you can just leave some breadcrumbs inside there as well. It's a wonderful thing to leave out for the wildlife as well. Trimming your tree inside can be a wonderful celebration as well. You can put, well, we don't put tinsel on our tree because one of our cats likes to try and chew on it or eat it, so no more tinsel. But you can put lights, mini lights. You can put a star on the top. You can actually put a little ornaments on. We actually have a live tree that we get, and we just put little mini lights on it and just keep it for the whole year. So it's a great opportunity to gather together and just have a festive night or day, just trimming your tree. No matter what you do, enjoy this beautiful season of Yule, Yuletide, winter solstice, or midwinter, whatever you celebrate. Have a wonderful time. And as always, I'm sending you and yours love, light, and eternal blessings. Take care.